All right, let's talk about the secret control panel hiding inside your computer. You know, the powerful system that boots up before you even see the Windows or Mac OS logo. It's called UEFI, and honestly, it's not as scary as it looks. By the time we're done here, you're gonna know exactly what it is and how to use it. So, let's dive in.
Oh man, we've all had that heart-stopping moment. You hit the power button, the lights come on, but nothing happens on screen. Or maybe you just get some weird cryptic error. It's pure panic, right? But what if I told you the fix for some of the most frustrating PC problems is literally just one key press away when you turn it on?
You see, before your operating system can do anything, before it can load your desktop, your files, your games, something has to wake up all the hardware first. I'm talking about the processor, the memory, the storage drives. That's the job of the firmware. It's the very first piece of software that runs, and its job is to get the whole show started. I love this analogy. Think of it like an airplane's pre-flight check. This firmware runs a super quick diagnostic called the Power On Self-Test, or POST for short. It's making sure the engines, your CPU and RAM, are fired up, the landing gear, your drives, are good to go, and all systems are green before it hands the controls over to the main pilot, which is, you guessed it, your operating system. Now for decades, this firmware was called BIOS, and if you've been around computers for a while, you probably remember those old-school blue screen menus. But you know, computers got way more powerful, and pretty soon BIOS just couldn't keep up. So the industry came up with its replacement, a modern, powerful successor called UEFI.
So what's the big deal, you ask? Well, it's a huge deal. The old BIOS was clunky, you could only use your keyboard, it couldn't handle drives bigger than 2 terabytes, which is tiny by today's standards, and it was pretty slow. UEFI, on the other hand, is a massive leap. It's got a slick graphical interface you can actually use a mouse in, it supports enormous drives, and it boots up your computer way faster. Plus, it's a whole lot more secure.
And I mean, you can see the difference right here. On the left, that's the classic BIOS, just text. Functional, I guess, but not exactly friendly. Now, look at the right. That's a modern UEFI. You've got a mouse cursor, you've got charts showing your system temperature, everything is laid out in easy-to-understand menus. It's like the difference between a DOS command prompt and a modern smartphone app. It's night and day. Okay, so this super powerful tool is just sitting there inside your PC. The question is, how do you actually get to it? Don't worry, it's pretty easy. Let's walk through the ways you can unlock your very own UEFI control panel. So you've got 3 main ways to get in. The classic way is kind of like a reflex game. You have to mash a specific key. Usually it's delete, F2, or F10 the second your computer starts booting up. If you're not into that timing game, you can just go through Windows settings into Advanced Startup. And for all you power users out there, a quick command in the command line will take you right there, no timing required. All right, let's get back to that moment of pure panic, when your computer just won't start right. Well, the UEFI is your absolute best friend for troubleshooting. It's the #1 tool for figuring out why your PC can't find its operating system. So, if your PC won't boot, here's your quick checklist. First, the simple stuff. Are all the cables for your hard drive or SSD plugged in nice and snug? Second, go into the UEFI and see if it even recognizes the drive. There's usually a list of storage devices. And third, the big one. Is your PC looking in the right place to begin with? This is all about something called the boot order. And this, right here, the boot priority list, this is mission control. This list tells your PC the exact order of places to look for an operating system. So if you have a USB stick at the top of the list, your PC is going to try to boot from that every single time. The fix? It's so easy. Just find your main drive, it's usually called Windows Boot Manager or has the name of your SSD, and just drag it right to the top. Boom! 9 times out of 10, that solves the problem. But UEFI is so much more than just a repair tool. It's also where you can beef up your PC security and really fine-tune its performance. This is where you go from being a user to being a power user. Let's talk about a cool feature called Secure Boot. Think of it like a bouncer at a club for your computer's startup. It checks the ID, the digital signature, of every single piece of software that tries to load. If something looks sketchy or doesn't have a valid ID, like some nasty malware trying to sneak in, Secure Boot just says, nope, you're not on the list, and blocks it flat. Next up, you've probably heard of this one, TPM, or Trusted Platform Module. This is a special little security chip that's physically soldered under your motherboard. Its only job is to be a tiny, super secure digital vault. It holds on to your most sensitive information, like the encryption keys that lock down your entire hard drive. So why does this little chip matter so much? Well, it's what makes powerful stuff like BitLocker full disk encryption possible. It also checks to make sure no one has messed with your system while you were away. It's become so crucial, in fact, that modern systems like Windows 11 actually require you to have a TPM turned on just to install it.
Now, beyond all the security stuff, UEFI gives you direct control over your hardware. A perfect example is your cooling fans. You can usually pick from a few presets. Want your computer to be whisper quiet while you're working? Just pick the silent mode. Getting ready for an intense gaming session? Crank it up to performance for maximum airflow.
And for those of us who really like to tinker, this is where it gets really fun. A lot of UEFIs let you set up your own custom fan curves. That means you can tell your fans exactly how fast to spin at any given temperature. You get to create the absolute perfect balance between cooling and noise that's just right for you.
So let's just take a step back. We started with that scary feeling of a computer that just won't turn on. But now, by understanding what UEFI is, you've gone way past just fixing problems. You're now at a point where you can actively manage your computer's security and tune its performance from the deepest level.
You officially hold the keys to your PC's command center. You know how to get in, you know what the important controls do, and you know how to take charge of your machine's health and performance. So the only question left is, what are you going to optimize first?